This is Jarrod Horak, and this is my latest daily Preakness news update for Sunday, May 12th, and we're less than a week out from the Preakness now. It was a light news day on Sunday, but we did get another confirmed starter, and then something else I'll talk about in this video, the possible pace scenario for the Preakness Stakes. Now, Kentucky Derby winner Mystik Dan did arrive at Pimlico on Sunday. He's going to be getting a feel of the track in the coming days. He's one that can handle any kind of track condition, so it doesn't really matter if it's fast or a wet track. He'll probably run a decent race. And that's going to bring me to the weather forecast for Baltimore for Preakness week. A very unsettled forecast at this point. Let's just go through each of the days and see what the weather looks like. Now for Monday, tomorrow, it's going to be partly cloudy and 81. Tuesday, we have a 50% chance of showers, a high of 74. Wednesday, an 80% chance of rain, high of 74. Thursday, partly cloudy skies, 73. Friday, 50% chance of showers, high of 81. And then for Preakness Saturday, 60% chance of showers, high of 78. We'll have to see if that forecast does hold up. Later in the week, for Preakness week, if the track does seem like it's going to be wet, I'll probably come back and I'll do a Preakness video discussing the possibility of a wet track. Now, the post-position draw for the Preakness Stakes will be Monday, May 13th, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So tomorrow they'll have that post-position draw. And then the race will be run Saturday, May 18th, with a scheduled post time of 6:50 p.m. Eastern Time. And we still have a field of 10 possible, but now we have 9 confirmed starters and then 1 possible starter. Kentucky Derby winner Mystik Dan has been confirmed. Brian Hernandez Jr. will ride. The Wayne Lukas has 2 horses, Just Steel with Joel Rosario, and then he also has Seize the Gray with Jamie Torres aboard. Muth and Imagination for trainer Bob Baffert have been confirmed. Juan Hernandez will ride Muth, and Frankie Dettori will ride Imagination. We have Uncle Heavy with Irad Ortiz Jr. aboard. Mugatu, Joe Bravo, and he was 5th in the Bluegrass Stakes last time out, and he's a big closer. Then we have Tuscan Gold, Tyler Gaffleone. He was 3rd in the Louisiana Derby last time. He scratched out of the Peter Pan Stakes on May 11th to go in the Preakness instead. And then our latest confirmed starter, Catching Freedom for trainer Brett Cox. Flavien Prat is his rider. He was 4th in the Kentucky Derby, and then prior to that, he was 1st in the Louisiana Derby. And then we have 1 possible runner still. Copper Tax is still listed as possible for trainer Gary Capuano. J.G. Torriabo will ride if he does run. Now, he's the local hope in the Preakness. He was 1st in the Federico Tessio Stakes at 1 mile and an eighth last time out. That race was a win and you're in for the Preakness at Laurel Park. He also won the private term stakes at Laurel Park in his start prior to the Tessio. Now, this is what the pace scenario looks like right now with these 10 horses possible. And there really isn't a lot of speed in this race. If you look at horses that have good early pressing speed that like to be either 1st or 2nd in the early going, the only 2 horses that I really see on paper that have that kind of running style are both trained by Bob Baffert, Muth, and Imagination. So those 2 look like the main speed horses in the Preakness Stakes. And you know, because they're from the same barn, that they're not going to go out there and duel on the lead. One of them will take the lead, the other one will get into a pressing or stalking position. Now, horses right behind those 2 horses look like Mystik Dan, your Kentucky Derby winner. He's one that can certainly be able to get into a decent tactical position. Then you have Just Steel. He dueled on the lead in the Kentucky Derby, but typically he's comfortable stalking the pace. With Joel Rosario aboard, not an aggressive rider, I would expect that they're going to try to just sit there and stalk the pace with Just Steel. And then you have Tuscan Gold for trainer Chad Brown. I think he's going to try to do what Blazing Sevens did last year. Now, last year, National Treasure for Bob Baffert was the controlling speed. And Blazing Sevens was able to get out there and chase the pace, a wide stalking tight trip. So I think Tuscan Gold, they're going to want that kind of stalking trip with him as well. And then sitting more in midfield, you have Seize the Gray for Wayne Lukas. Catching Freedom, he's a horse that has a decent late kick, but he doesn't have to come from last. So I think Flavien Prat's probably going to put him in mid-pack within hailing distance of the leaders. Then you have Uncle Heavy. He's another one that can stalk the pace. The other horses are later runners. So I would just think, looking at the pace, definitely favors Muth and Imagination. And if someone else does end up going after the lead, horses like Mystik Dan, Tuscan Gold could be dangerous. I think the post position is very important for Mystik Dan. I think that they want him to do what he did in the Southwest Stakes and the Kentucky Derby. And in those races, he was able to sit there right behind the speed, saving all the ground. And then when he got an opening towards the inside around the far turn and turning for home, he was able to come right up the inside, get the jump on the closers. I think that's exactly what they want to do again. Now, Kenny McPeek clearly had a strategy with his Kentucky Oaks and Kentucky Derby runners. He definitely used their speed to establish early position, Oaks for Torpedo Anna, and then Mystik Dan for the Kentucky Derby. And they both had good, favorable post positions too, and they were fit and ready to go. So it was that combination of all of that, and McPeek knows that he wanted to get the jump on the closers. I think he wants to do the same thing here. I think he would be very happy if he got like post 1, 2, or 3, and he was able to sit right there, not too far behind Muth or Imagination, and try to tackle those runners turning for home. That's the look at the scenario for the pace as it looks right now. And after the post position draw, tomorrow I'm going to come back and do another video. I'm going to discuss the post draw and then how that impacts the pace scenario that we just mentioned. And again, that post position draw is tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. And then throughout Preakness Week, I'm going to have on-site coverage from Pimlico. So I'm going to be out at Pimlico some of the days next week, and I'm going to get some on-site coverage for the Preakness Stakes. Now, if you need past performances for Preakness Day at Pimlico, you'll be able to find those past performances at todaysracingdigest.com Preakness Week. Plus, they're going to have their annual complete Preakness Day Digest. And that product's going to include past performances, analysis, pace and speed ratings, performance ratings, jockey and trainer stats, and much more. So go on over to todaysracingdigest.com if you're interested in Preakness Day past performances or the complete digest product. And again, that's available Preakness Week at todaysracingdigest.com, and my annual Preakness Day full card will also be available on the Digest website, also at my personal website, therunawayhorse.com. And for Preakness Week, the full cards that I am covering, Black Eyed Susan Day, the day before the Preakness Stakes, I'm going to be doing a full card May 17th at Pimlico, May 18th Preakness Day full card. I'm covering both of those full cards at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page. Those products are ready to pre-purchase now. And then also for Belmont Stakes Week, I'm going to be doing full cards for all 4 days of the Belmont Stakes Festival at Saratoga in June. So head on over to todaysracingdigest.com for my full cards, or at my personal website, therunawayhorse.com, for more details. And that'll wrap up this video. Keep checking my Preakness Week coverage on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be having a lot of action on that channel. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.